And so it is, beloved masters. How do I know if I am a master, a magician? And so many ask. And the mind has a concept of what that means. Perhaps the first point is that you feel, that you allow yourself to really feel, not just think about some emotion. In a way, the mind looks at emotions, feelings, as something painful. In fact, the intellect tends to respond to the word feeling very much as the dragon in the basement of Gringotts in the Harry Potter series. The dragon was trained to respond to pain, and that's what it felt. And to many people, when you talk about feeling something, that's what they think of. Is this going to hurt? Being a master, I assure you, is not supposed to be painful. So if there is pain, then there is resistance, because that's what pain is. It's simply resisting what you would be reaching for. To allow yourself to have the grandest of experiences in your daily affairs. Letting go of control. Because when you let go of control and let go of control and let go of control, then it is, beloved masters, you really began to experience life. You have not lived, not powerfully, in lifetimes. So, experiencing living, the joy of living, the excitement of living, then the enthusiasm of living, to really be present in your life, to put yourself in the driver's seat of your life. You're the star of your show. So many people are observing their life going by. Yes, there's my life. There goes my life. But, beloved masters, to be involved in your life is to allow life to happen where you are right now, and to have that experience without believing that you must suffer for it. So there is a lot of re-education, of forgiveness, to listen to what your intellect, your egoic mind tells you about everything in your life. To be a master requires courage. We have said again and again, mastery is not for the faint-hearted. it requires the courage to be present with yourself in the changes that you must experience in order to move forward. And dearly beloved masters, you do not become aware of your mastery, because the truth of it is you already are masters. But you do not become aware of your mastery sitting still, looking back, refusing to change. You become progressively more aware, enlightened, as you allow yourself to make the changes that life offers you. How exciting, how uplifting, how thrilling mastery really is. Very often, I will say, like Christmas, every moment, when you are living your mastery, the delightful surprises, if you would call them that, masters are scarcely ever really surprised, delighted, amazed, enthralled. But because mastery is about being centered with yourself, you're not caught off balance nearly as much. So, living your mastery, recognizing your mastery, is an empowering experience. It doesn't blow you away or bowl you over. Oh, there are times when you get major ahas, and it may rock your foundations a bit, but mastery is the gentle, subtle, sweet experience of living aware, of being in a clear space with yourself about the blending of all that you are. A master does not attempt to put themselves into boxes and categories. Oh, I'm a mental being. I'm a spiritual being. I am an emotional person. And that, beloved masters, is a little like saying, I am my left eye. That's all there is to me, is my left eye, with total disregard to all the rest of you. You are a blended entity. Allow yourself to experience the blending and forgive putting yourself in categories of separation. That's what the mind does. Yes, I know. That's exactly what the mind does. It categorizes for later reference. The intellectual mind is like a filing system. It's like a computer that puts all the information in certain places so that hopefully when you go to look for it, you can find it again. The soul embraces all of it. The soul does not attempt to put things into lifetimes even. For your soul, everything that you are is now. Everything that you are is now. 15 lifetimes ago, 100 lifetimes ago, can be readily accessible if you forgive the belief systems that it's impossible. Masters forgive impossibility. In mastery, it's all possible, and the vast majority of it is quite probable. And you don't just take a quantum leap and jump in. I'm a master. All right, I'm a master. Every flicker of fear, every old doubt, every belief in limitation, every lie that you have ever been told or told, all require to be released. And as they are released, then, beloved masters, with each releasing, you become progressively more aware. I am a master. Your mind clears of the judgments and the criticisms and the doubts that have denied your acceptance that you are a master. Oh, I couldn't possibly be a master. And forgiving all of the erroneous concepts that you have accrued throughout lifetimes about what a master is. Many people have some idea that as they become a master, it's something like royalty. When I become a master, everyone else must serve me. When I become a master, I can order people around. As you understand, you are a master. As you are clear about it, you also will begin to realize that there is an humbleness that is there. It isn't something that you had to go and find or try to create. There is a humility that is not the humiliation you have lived throughout lifetimes of feeling that you are less. It really is, beloved masters, the gentleness of compassion, the depth of clarity, the scope of your magnitude in the universe, which in and of itself is an humbling experience. And yet it isn't that it diminishes you in any way, but that it expands you. That it truly opens you to the vastness of who you are. Divine, amazing, beloved, creative masters. And the magic, that magic with a K, that comes with your acceptance, with your allowance, with your willingness to live. I am indeed a master. Wondrous. Amazing. Joy-filled. All of the impositions that humanity has placed upon itself in an attempt to be or prove that one is a master fall off your shoulders. All of the responsibilities that the egoic mind has imposed upon humanity, and this is how you prove that you are a decent human, and that falls off of your shoulders. And you're no longer burdened by the heavy robes of judgment that you have worn throughout lifetimes. Many have worn them as a defense or a protection, only to find out in these times where remembering that you are a master is an enlightening experience. Being a master lightens the load. It does not burden you. As we would share with you in the greatest of love, we would ask that you would allow yourself to embrace your mastery. It isn't a thought process. It isn't something you do. It is absolutely 100% an allowable. Allowing yourself to experience living masterfully. How do I know if I am living masterfully? You feel a sense of pleasure, of accomplishment, of confidence with every small act that you create. The intellectual mind says, if you're going to be spiritual, there's no action to it. Oh, beloved masters, au contraire. In living your mastery, there is a lot of action. In fact, being a master is full of action, but it isn't the planned drive of the mind in a militaristic form, but the open anticipation, enthusiasm, spontaneity of I can hardly wait to see what is going to come next. You rise up in the morning and perhaps you have a list of things that you believe require to be done. And the mind, the slave driver, says, here is your assignment for the day. Do not return to me until you have accomplished this list. Mission impossible. And yet, beloved masters, as you allow yourself to be shown how to bring these tasks to completion, you will be absolutely amazed to find, not if you're in expectation that someone must come and do this for me, but if you're open to allow yourself to be led, if you're willing to have help and get very honest with this one, because there are so many people that beg for help. Oh, when I need help, the horizon is clear from shore to shore. There is no one there. And what are your laws about having help? If you believe that there is something inappropriate about allowing someone else to assist you, then having help is simply an abstract condition, something that you might entertain but never allow. When you are willing to receive assistance clearly, and this means to be centered and balanced in it, not, oh, help has arrived, here, take it all, I don't want to do any of this. Or, well, if you're going to help me, this is how you've got to do it, and if you do it any way other than this, then you're no help at all. So get very clear about how you go about allowing help. Because being assisted in any venture becomes a cooperative situation. There is a requirement for faith and trust. There is a requirement for fun and fellowship. There is the added ingredient of delight and amusement that makes having assistance a great gift. And masters, as we have said many times, are not dependent. You must help me, you must do this for me. We are not independent. I can do this all by myself, thank you very much. We are interdependent. How may I serve you? This is what I require on this day. And as you are willing to allow assistance, and you are willing to share assistance, It isn't about keeping a tally of who has done the most. Masters have disposed of those things. Divine essence balances. So you don't have to keep a log, whether you keep it in your head or whether you keep it on paper, about how much I've done for them and how little they've done for I. In these more modern times, beloved masters, there has come to be a phrase that's called pay it forward. To share with others, to grant assistance ahead of time, and allow the payback when it is required. In this moment, you really may not require assistance. Now, you could probably think up a lot of things that need to be done, but let's leave need out of it, since neediness really is a detractor from your mastery. How may I serve you? I am in a clear space. I have some extra time. I'm feeling strong today. And I would love to be of assistance. And the other master says, but I must pay you back. What can I do for you? And in the moment, you really may not be able to think of anything that you require. And so it is to simply be well with it. The ego says, no, 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 no. No, they've got to do something. They've got to do something to pay you back. And that, dearly beloved masters, gets into that most dreadful game that humans have played called debt and owe. It isn't about assistance. It's about payback. I will give you this much energy, but then you have to give me that much energy or more. And a lot of people talk about calling in their markers. It sounds like the mafia. This person owes me. That person must give me something in return for what I've done. And big business, in the illusion, has been based on that kind of mentality, which isn't masterful. It's a power struggle. It's a war game. There's no freedom in it. It becomes fraught with fear because it isn't clear and rarely ever honest. When the game is played, you owe me. I owe you. It gets into a lot of grief and anger and frustration, which would disallow the recognition of the amazing joy of living mastery. When you give from the fulfillment of your life, when you have allowed yourself to be filled up. This was a really fun day. My cup runneth over. And that energy, dearly beloved masters, flows out into the world. You don't have to direct it. You really can't even decide where it should, oughta, gotta, musta go. It just flows out into the world. The cup runs over. Your essence of delight, your feeling of fulfillment, becomes a blessing. Sometimes to those in the immediate vicinity of your life, and other times because every master has a realm of influence that is anywhere from 15 to 30 miles. It's increasing all of the time. The more that you let the robes of judgment, the armor of doubt and fear fall away, the more you recognize your blessedness, the greater your realm of influence becomes. And you influence people that you never know. You influence everyone that passes through your realm of influence. It isn't you must keep your energy up, but beloved masters, as masters, we do keep our energy up. First for ourselves, because it really allows you a consistency, a constant in living more and more masterfully. But it also puts that element of upliftment, of exuberance, of that high that you get in a crowd of people that are really having a genuinely good time. Not the high that drugs bring that lead to a crash and burn, and then very often to a sense of guilt or loss or death. But the high that you get with people that are building on each other's energy. Laughter, delight, fun. Not trying to have a good time, but allowing yourself to just be swept into the joy, almost as the human body, emotions, mind, even spirit, is swept into the thrall of an orgasm. The most integrative energy that any human being can experience is that totality of surrender that an orgasm brings. And that, beloved masters, moves you into a state to experience mastery.